Hello there. I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be here. I hope you are too. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for liking and dropping your comments. If there is anything you'd like me to talk about, please do drop your comment. I'll be very glad to receive them. So it's been a privilege to share tips in the last 4 days of the 10 days value challenge, and here I am today to share tip number 4 on how you can assess a fully funded scholarship in 6 months. How exciting! Now today I'll be talking about showing off to schools, and I've titled today's topic or today's tip as show off, show off, show off. The only way you can land a fully funded scholarship is when you show off to schools. Show off like never before. Show off without being humble, without being apologetic about it. Schools are not looking for students who are mediocres. Schools are looking for students who can prove their mettle, who have the guts to do well, or who can exceed the expectation. Now, as long and after you have created a list of schools, by now you would have worked on the list of schools just like I told you to do in the previous video. By now you should be able to have a list of advisors that you are in touch with at different schools. At this point, you should be able to say this is what program you're applying for at this school or that school, and you should be able to know what their requirements are. As soon as you ascertain all of these, the next thing to do is to plan for your tests. Once you know what the requirements that a school or a department needs you to submit, the next thing to do is to submit these requirements, or to find out what requirements will be competitive enough for you to get admitted into that school or their program. Now, to do this, you would want to work on creating a story around your application materials. I talk about storytelling because the only way you can keep, sustain the attention of the school that you're interested in, that you want to fund you, that you want to sponsor you, is to tell a story with your application materials. Let the stories connect. Let the story that you tell with your transcripts, even if yes, it is possible that because you finished from school a long time ago and then you are changing course or you're changing your line of interest, but your resume should show that you have devoted a number of years to working or doing something in that line that you want to go in that line you want to pursue at the graduate level. So let the story that you tell with your CV, let the story that you tell with your resume, let the story that you tell with your statement of purpose and your other application files, let them connect, and of course your research document, let the stories connect. Most importantly, take the required tests. A number of times people run away from these admission tests, and then I often ask myself why. Now, it is good that you create when you're doing your list creation, you do a 50-50 as in you write schools that will not require that you take these exams, and you should also write names of schools that would require that you take these exams. When you do this, even though the schools that when you forget to do this balancing and focus on schools that will waive tests for you. Now, what if you apply to all these 5 schools and none of them give you admission? How about that? So it is important that in creating your list, you balance it up by adding to that list schools that will require that you submit these admission tests. Why these admission tests are very important is they tell the schools that you are ready for their program. If you finish from school 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, or say 6 or 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, the test is a proof that you are ready as at few weeks to your being admitted to that program, and it tells them that you can do well on an academic program that is rigorous as those at North American institutions. So you would want to take this admission test very seriously. Now let me share this secret with you. Even if you do not do so well on your two tests, if you do very well and exceptionally well on one out of the two, it can balance up, or it can also allow you to get admitted with a fully funded scholarship. Let me tell you this. When I was writing my exams, I wrote the TOEFL and the GRE. My GRE score wasn't so competitive, even though, yeah, my undergraduate score result was so good. But because I was changing course, just like some of you out there or some of you watching this video right now, it is possible that you change course, and you would want to show the school that you're ready for their program. So I had to take these exams. I didn't have a choice. So the point that I'm making is, it is possible that when you write these exams, that one out of the two will be very competitive and the other may not be as competitive as the other one. You will still want to submit these scores no anyways, so that you do not jeopardize your chances of getting admitted. All right, I hope these tips have been very helpful. I can assure you that if you put in your very best, you will do well with your application, and you can tell a compelling story that will connect with your school, with their program, and the prospective funder that you're looking out for. I hope you get funded for 6 months from now, and I'll be really excited to share in your joy. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.